Good morning, ladies.
Sometimes with the pressures of life, you need to blow off steam late at night.
There we go. I just changed the title. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I had to change the title, I guess, for Twitter. Yeah, we're gonna go live in a few seconds. Let me get the lighting done and let me go put on my tie. And we should have a good show right now. Let's go.
Sometimes with the pressures of life, you need to blow off steam late at night in a way that only a man can feel. Down at the man cave, sometimes it gets kind of hot, quite hot. Down at the man cave, the wives are around to say, turn that thermostat off. It's my place, so I say it goes. But we like to keep it on the down low. Wouldn't want the word to get around. Cause most people wouldn't understand the real ways of a real man. Well, these days, we're a rare breed. Down in the man cave, sometimes it gets kind of hot and the shirts come off. Down at the man cave, the wives all around to tell us, put them back on. Late at night, early in the morning, every day, a different story at the man cave. The man cave. Another night, another day. So much time wasted away. Well, the man cave. A real man like legal Latino. Living life like evil Knievel. Wouldn't believe all the risk that we had to take. A real man that's proud and brave is taking all the things he craves. And where he gets it from, well, there's just one face. Down at the man cave, sometimes it gets pretty hot, quite hot. Down at the man cave, the wives are around to say, well, turn that shit off. The man cave.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy the 25th of January, or is it January 25th, 2022? Oh, this month is already gone. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I still got the little bit of sniffles. Every day I wake up like I don't know. That's why I got an air filter. But we live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. We're alive and live. Thank you, God, for that. Every morning I wake up thanking God for giving me another day of life. Life is short, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know when you're gonna go. That's scary. I'm not scary, but that's something to like think about. With everything going on in this world, you don't know. You never know. And that's something to think about. It's not to scare anybody or anything. Just live your life. Do what you want. Do what you love. Good morning, Original Burns. Good morning, Jaddy. Good morning, Jenny and Sexton. Good morning, Flowers in Your Hair. Good morning, FTW. No. Good morning, Booker Bradley. Good morning, Agachoa. Good morning, Hobo Chili Recipe. Good morning, Nicky Fruit Loops. Good morning, Mysterious. Good morning, Nadia Martinez. Good morning, Holy S. Good morning, Lua and Petties. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's good to say good morning. Have you ever tried that? Just saying good morning to people. Good morning. Good morning. Have a good day. Good morning. It's good to hear good morning in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday. Oh, here comes the cat. Here comes Ginger the cat. I don't know. We're going to start off with Peter Ducey, right? Oh, excuse me. We're going to start with Peter Ducey being called the S.O.B, or we're going to start with Major Swag, our favorite Major. This guy, man. I got coffee brewing. Ginger. Yeah, like 1 minute is cold, the next is hot over here. It's like 80 degrees. The weekend it was cold. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I have my cat in front of the screen right here. I don't know if you can see his ears. There you go. There he goes, popping up. I could be sitting here, right, doing nothing, and he doesn't come around. But whenever I'm live, look, he wants to just come around. Look at this guy, man. I don't know. Let's talk a little. I'm gonna talk a little bit of sports. It's still kind of early. I mentioned this a while ago, right? Tom Brady, I think, was like 4-0 in the beginning of the season, and then his wife, wrote an article in the New York Post. It came out of the New York Post. I remember covering it. And then Tom Brady lost 2 games in a row. This is a 44-year-old man chasing his 8th ring. And then his wife starts doing articles on the media. Oh, he doesn't spend time with the kids. He doesn't spend time with me, this and that. You're like 40 years old. Like, he's trying to break, he already broke records, but he's trying to put himself in that top echelon. Like, nobody's ever going to reach him type of thing. Going for his 8th ring this year. And I said, I don't know if I said it on this show, but I know I said it with Radio Cousin, LL, Original Burns. I was like, Tom Brady's going to lose because of his wife. His wife is going to be the reason that Tom Brady loses. So when she starts on the media, he doesn't spend time with me. He doesn't spend time with the kids. He needs to retire. This man is trying to do something incredible. 45 years old, still playing sports, still in a football league at 45 years old. And this model is talking about he needs to spend more time with the kids. He needs to spend time with the kids. Thank you, Original Burns. So we have this article, right? Because I'm like, Tom Brady's going to, because of his wife. Tom Brady sounds open. Oh, I'm not even sharing the article. My bad. Hey, Papito. Tom Brady sounds open to retirement. Pains Giselle Bunches to see me get hit. So it's because of Giselle Bundchen. Now, I think it's more than that. She wants you to be home because she wants to do her thing. She's tired of sitting in the skyboxes in the sidelines watching you get all the glory. She wants to go out and get the glory, ladies and gentlemen. So they were talking about him retiring, spending more time with the kids, because she wants the spotlight. Giselle Bundchen wants the spot. Where is she? Where's Giselle Bundchen? There she goes. This Giselle Bundchen. She wants a spotlight. She wants her career. I think she's like the richest supermodel in the world. And my cat. I'm sorry, lady. Sometimes I gotta pause because he gets in the computer again. Ginger, come here, puppy. Move, move, move. If you're gonna cover screen, stay right there. Stay right there. There you go. So there's Tom Brady right there. Somebody wrote, I never understand spend more time. He only works 6 months out of the year. I mean, this man should be allowed to do what he wants to do. No man has ever, I don't even think, played sports until 45. I just think what he's doing is incredible. As an old man myself, as a 37-year-old, you hear in the media, they're talking about LeBron James. LeBron James is like 36 or 37. LeBron James is breaking down. LeBron James doesn't have it anymore. Because when it comes to sports, I remember them talking about Derek Jeter when he was 36, 37, Alex Rodriguez as a Yankee fan. You realize once your player gets up to 35, 36 years old, they're old. They're old men at that age. I don't know if you guys realize that. Watching sports, a lot of athletes at 35 are considered old men in basketball. You're like, damn, you're 37 years old, still playing in the league. What, like Vince Carter? Vince Carter played up to 41, 40 years old last year or 2 years ago. He was still playing. So for what Tom Brady is doing at 44 years old, I think that's great. It's a victory for us men. Can we have a victory? Going out there, 45 years old. That's what I think. Yeah, I need some hot vegetable soup. You know what my mom left me? Some lentil soup from last week. I'm actually gonna heat it up after the show. Have me some soup. So before my mom left, she left me like a bunch of food frozen. I have a bunch of food in the freezer frozen that I've been kind of like heating up, like meal prepping this week. Then I gotta lose weight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go back into my. All right, enough with Tom Brady. Speaking of Tom Brady, let's go to another man that's having problems with his wife, and that is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., ladies and gentlemen. I just saw this on page 6 of the New York. Cheryl Hines. So I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm lately, and Cheryl Hines is on that show. She plays Larry David's wife. I thought she was his real wife in real life. But over the weekend, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the world's leading anti-vax conspiracy theorist, was one of the many kooky speakers rallies against COVID vaccine and mandates at the Defeat the Mandates rally in Washington, D.C. So Cheryl Hines, right? I think she's in a bunch of shows. She's in I Think You Could Dance or Who Is the Last Singer or something like that. So even in Hitler's Germany, you could cross the Alps into Switzerland. You could hide in the attic like Anne Frank did, said Kennedy. Today, the mechanisms are being put in place that will make it so none of us can run, none of us can hide. Also, this is him right here.
Even in Hitler's Germany, you could cross the Alps into Switzerland. You can hide in an attic like Anne Frank did.
Ooh.
I visited in 1962 East Germany with my father and met people who had climbed the wall and escaped. So it was possible. Many died doing it, but it was possible. Today, the mechanisms are being put in place and we'll make it so none of us can run and none of us can hide. Within 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. They're putting in 5G to harvest our data and control our behavior. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply. Vaccine passports.
I'm not going to say he's wrong and I'm not going to say he's right, but I'm going to say this. He's kind of making some points that were made 20 years ago. I understand what he's saying. I understand what he's saying. The whole, I want to play the back part. For the record, right? For the record, we are.
I'm vaxxed, I'm waxed, and I'm back in action.
Yeah, he does sound like he's crying. I know what he's saying. Same thing with the 5G. I don't trust that 5G stuff. I was watching Tucker Carlson yesterday. He was talking about the Ukraine war. I'll play a little bit of it. But he said something important. If we go to war, right? If we get involved with this war, right? Because now they're sending eight U.S. troops now. They're sending 8,500 troops to Ukraine. All of a sudden, Biden, U.S. orders 8,500 troops on heightened alert amid Russian. Why is the United States so worried about Russia and Ukraine? Shouldn't we be worried about our borders? Shouldn't we be worried about our homeless? It's like these people want war because war equals money. Death equals money. More military gear equals Lockheed Martin, right? The planes, the tanks, the weapons. Right now, we got to give Ukraine weapons, just like we gave the Afghanistan people weapons. Right? We just finished ending that war in the Middle East back in October, September, and now we got to go back to war again. Like, this country runs on wars. Like, who wants us to go to wars? Who pushes the United States to keep going on into these wars? Right? Who said that there was weapons of mass destruction? Who said Iran, Saddam has weapons of mass destruction, and that's the reason we went into war? It's like the United States gets tricked into fighting other people's battles. And then we got to send our troops to go out there and die. And right, our military, right? Isn't it like 93% men and 7% women, right? Or trans or whatever. It's like 5% trans, 2% women. U.S. Army, men versus women. Gender gap. Okay, demographics of U.S. military. All right, let's see. Demographics of U.S. military. Oh, wow. Oh, I was wrong. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Demographics of U.S. military. Today, women represent 16% of enlisted forces and 19% of the officer corps. So women in the military, ladies and gentlemen. We got trannies, we got women. Our military feels very, very safe, right? No offense, ladies, but we're trying to keep it real here, right? You see what Russia has, you see what China has, you see what North Korea has, and you see what we have. A bunch of women and trannies. Just like we have trannies in sports, we have women in the military. Trannies in the military. Us men, didn't allow the trannies to come into sports. Women allowed the trannies to come into the sports. We didn't. Women were, woo, you go, girl, you go, trannies. Yeah, trannies. Woo. You allowed the women, the trannies to come into your sports. We didn't. Women did. and now you're complaining about it. So now with the women in the army, and let's say we go into a war, wouldn't you think most of those women would try to get pregnant so they could avoid going to war? I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I would if I was a female. I'd go out there and get pregnant so I don't have to go to war. I don't know. That's just my opinion right there on that. But we got to keep it real, folks, man. Look at our army right here. Okay, let me see. My bad. I thought I was showing the graph. So the females in the army will get pregnant. They will purposely get pregnant to avoid going to war and collect that check. Anybody in the military want to back that up? Or, I don't know. So the army has 19% officers, 14% enlisted. There are more females in the Navy and more female in the Air Forces. And there are more females in the Coast Guard, 23%. Do LGBTQ individuals serve in the military? The military does not report data on the LGBTQ service members. What the hell is this? So they're not going to talk about the trannies in the military. They're probably represented as women. So out of the 19% of the officers, I bet you half of them are trannies, and the rest are females. So I'll leave it up to there. But I think we might be going to war, ladies and gentlemen. I know we keep saying that every year, but U.S. orders 8,500 troops on heightened alert amid Russian worries. How about ordering 8,500 troops to protect our border in Mexico? How about that? How about that, United States? This government is so ass backwards. They're doing everything and anything to destroy America right before our eyes in a year. Everything these people do is to destroy America, and then they lie about a lie. We just gotta help the people. We gotta help who in Ukraine. Now we're gonna help white people over there. Well, I thought we were trying to help the Mexicans in Mexico or the blacks in America. What are we doing? Who are we helping? Oh, there's a lot of LGBTQ people in Ukraine that we gotta help. The refugees. What are we doing? What is America doing? Seriously. The Pentagon ordered 8,500 troops on higher alert to potentially deploy to Europe as part of a NATO response force. So we're going to send, remember how we left the troops? Bring back the troops home. Bring the troops back home. And now we're going to send them right back out? These Democrats are just taking L's. They're losing. Biden losing on his mandates, right? We got New York. What's Kathy Hochul? I haven't played Kathy Hochul in a while. Was she crying? Because she tried to pass her New York mask mandate yesterday. Where's Kathy Hochul? I think she was crying yesterday. Unelected Kathy Hochul. Let me see, Kathy Hochul.
God did answer our prayers. He made the smartest men and women, the scientists, the doctors, the researchers. He made them come up with a vaccine. That is from God to us. And we must say, thank you, God. Thank you. And I wear my vaccinated necklace all the time to say, I'm vaccinated. All of you. Yes, I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones. But you know there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know this. You know who they are.
That's Kathy Hochul, unelected governor of New York State, ladies and gentlemen, right there. She's using God to tell us God wants us vaccinated. God wants us vaccinated. I don't think so.
I need you to be my apostles. I need you to go out and talk about it and say, we owe this to each other. We love each other. Jesus taught us to love one another. How do you show that love? But to care about each other enough to say, please get vaccinated because I love you. I want you to live. I want our kids to be safe when they're in schools. I want you to be safe when you go to a doctor's office or to a hospital. God let you.
That's Kathy Hochul right there, right? So New York tried to pass a mandate yesterday. There we go.
But also, it's a resounding call to action. We have to do more to fight the scourge of illegal guns on our streets.
I played this clip for a reason. You notice that a lot of politicians, even the pigeon, likes to use the word fight, right? Whenever these politicians talk, they like to say fight. We want to fight. We're here to fight for you. Fight, fight. They always use that word fight, right? I'm here to fight for you guys. I'm here to fight, guys. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. We're going to fight to Washington. We're going to fight. I don't want to fight. I'm kind of old to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't know if you know this, but I don't want to fight. I really don't. So always, we're going to fight. We're going to march to the steps and we're going to fight. We're going to march through Alabama and Selma and we're going to fight. I don't want to walk. It's kind of cold. It's kind of hot. I'd rather just drive and I don't want to fight. Fight. We got to shut up with the look. I'm going to play one more time. Always saying that word fight. Call to action. Fight. Fight what? Fight who? It's not like we're going to win. Like, fight what?
Also, it's a resounding call to action.
There we go.
We have to do more to fight.
Always saying fight. Even social media influencers, right? That like to use that word fight. Guys, we got to fight. We got to fight for Mexico. We got to fight for the United States. So who are you fighting for, right? When a politician is a dual citizen, who are you fighting for? Where does your loyalty lie? Who are you fighting for?
The scourge of illegal guns on.
They're bringing up the guns. I'm going to play Eric Adams, our favorite new mayor. That's right, Eric Adams. I want to play this clip because these politicians, right, they say the right things in the beginning. I'm like, that's right. And then they just shove in that gun control thing at the end. And you're like, damn.
On our streets, and we need Washington teaming up with us, teaming up with locals to get it done. These guns, despite our tough laws here in the state of New York, we're proud of them. They're coming in from other states. They're flooding our streets. And I have pledged the resources of the New York State Police to become embedded with NYPD and others to help them. In fact, we've tripled funding for this gun interdiction effort because they're coming in from Virginia and Maryland and coming in from Pennsylvania to our very streets. And we have to do whatever we can to protect our neighborhoods.
So I think Giuliani started stop and frisk, and you guys called that racist. So everything is gun control. Hey, how about demographic? We talked about Robert F. Kennedy. Oh, his wife, right? I forgot to finish the story off. My bad. So they'll be getting divorced soon. Robert F. Kennedy and his wife Cheryl Hines, because she looks like she's one of those liberals that's really embedded into Hollywood. So I see Robert F. Kennedy being divorced by the end of the year. Okay, see. they're gonna be divorced by the end of the year. I say by summertime. I forgot to finish the story. My bad. Cheryl Hines. Oh, my bad. Let me just finish off the story. Jeez, why it keeps... My husband's opinions are not a reflection of my own. While we love each other, we differ on many current issues. Well, that is code term. That is code word for we're getting a divorce. How about this? No one should compare anything to the horrors of the Holocaust. My husband was wrong to do so. Bradley, what? Your husband? Yes, I agree with you. So Cheryl Hines, she'll be divorcing. She'll be divorcing Robert F. Kennedy. I'm calling it by the summertime, ladies and gentlemen. This Cheryl Hines will be divorcing her husband, Robert F. Kennedy. Look at her. She doesn't even post about him. She posts more about Larry David. And she's on this show. I Can See Your Voice. Remember we played the clip when he was disgusted when Sarah Palin was on this show? So Cheryl Hines, this is her. So yeah, she'll be divorcing Robert F. Kennedy. I could tell her. She loves her Hollywood. She's embedded. She's one of these yoga avocado liberals. Like you can tell she's like a moral high ground liberals. Oh, you can't see what I'm showing you. Ladies and A Samantha 1776. Sometimes YouTube doesn't give the notifications, but remember, I'm always live 7:30 in the morning. Set your alarm clock. Set an alarm 7:30 a.m. 5:30 California time, New York 8:30. Set your alarm. Know I'm live every morning 7:30 a.m. And if I'm not live, something happened to me. I don't know. I don't know. Something happened to me if I'm not live. But I've been going live even with COVID. So this is her right here, Cheryl Hines. You know, one of the yoga avocado liberals, right? That orders DoorDash every day, Uber Eats. These people order Uber Eats every day. They don't cook. They just order Uber Eats and DoorDash. So she's in this show. See, look, she's divorcing. She's divorcing Robert F. Kennedy by the end of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Because she's like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to stand with his political. See, so she posts more. She doesn't even have pictures. She doesn't have anything with her husband. She doesn't post anything with Robert F. Kennedy. Look, I don't see anything with her and her husband. So she's 56 years old. So she's not, I mean, for a 56-year-old, she's holding it together. Yeah, she's gonna be divorcing. Look, she doesn't post anything with Robert F. Kennedy. She's gonna be divorcing her husband, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you an update on that one. I'll give you an update on that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this story came out. I just clicked on it by mistake, and it kind of leads into where I'm going next. I'm gonna save the Biden S.O.B for the end. Low-wage workers prop up the nursing home industry. They're quitting in droves. Low-wage prop up the nursing home industry. They're quitting in droves. In the 8 years she has worked at a nursing home, Latoya Francis, 34, has been yelled at, kicked at, and feces thrown at her for more than the minimum wage she endured because she loves being a certified nursing assistant. We're going to keep it real right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep it real because we started talking about this yesterday. women, keeping it real. This is all by design, by the way. Women decided to say, we don't need men. We don't need a husband. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. So they, you know what they did? They went out and got their careers. They had their kids and they left their husband. I don't need no man because we have the government giving us money. Single mothers, right? Oh my God. Forgot to pull this up. They incentivize single mothers, ladies and gentlemen. So why have a husband? Hold on. Stupid New York Times, man. Yo, I hate the New York Times. They, I really hate the New York Times. They never allowed you to use their stories, man. They're a bunch of scums, man. All right. It's like stealing illegal cable back in the 90s. I only got like 3 seconds with the New York Times. So how $1,000 a month is guaranteed income. How $1,000 a month in guaranteed income is helping NYC mothers, ladies and gentlemen. So why have a husband, right? When the New York City is giving you $1,000 a month guaranteed in income to stay at home. We talked about this yesterday. Maureen Gardner with her son Garrett has saved part of her guaranteed income in case she needs to move as a result of owing back rent to her house. So she hasn't even paid rent and she's still not paying rent. She's getting free money and she's not even paying rent. The flyers that appear at the bus stops and nail salons, because single mothers take buses and they always go get their nails done, right? That's what they put it at the bus stop and the nail salons and health clinics in Upper Manhattan. Last June sounded too good to be true. New mothers can receive $500 or $1,000 a month with no strings attached, they read. I thought it was a scam, said Angelina Matos. Notice the mothers here, Matos, Maureen Gardner. These poor kids growing up without a father because the government is going to give them money. And you might be thinking, oh, they're only receiving $1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you I used to work for healthcare for 10 years. I worked for Health Plus Medicaid. Single mothers would come in all the time with 6 kids, different baby daddies, child support. The government gives them money, $300 per kid, free health insurance, Section 8. Single, I Googled this yesterday. I should have had it lined up. Single mother grants in NYC. We're going to go over this list real quick. So it's like the government is incentivizing women to be promiscuous. It's like they want women to be promiscuous, having kids, and that they don't want the kids. You can have an abortion. So let me show you something, ladies and gentlemen. This website called Single Mother Grants. If you are a New York resident and find yourself looking for assistance as a single mother, there are various grants. So remember MTV 16 and Pregnant? Don't worry about it, single. You don't need no man. You got the government. You don't need no man. There's the government there to help you out. So these are some of the family assistance, state tuition assistance program, pre-K programs, free pre-K now, child care subsidy program, child and adult care food program, women, infants, and children WIC. That's the food stamps, another one. Child Health Plus, that's what I used to work at, a Child Health Plus. The New York Child Health Plus program is a healthcare assistance program designed especially for children that come from low income families. The program can help you provide with the means of accessing quality, low cost medical and dental care services. You can enroll your children by calling the hotline. I used to work for Child Health Plus. Hey, good morning, Mindy. Nice to see you from Nebraska. Medicaid, SNAP. So, popular grants for single moms. Let's look at this list. See, people think I'm lying. So, in New York, right, you got Section 8 assistance program for single mothers, low income financial assistance program for look at all these grants for single mothers. 47 of them. Grants for felons. Child care assistance for single moms, housing grants for single mothers, low income assistance for single mothers, rent assistance for single mothers, free scholarship for single mothers, college grants for single mothers, cash assistance for single mothers, educational grants for single mothers, welfare benefits for single mothers, WIC programs for single mothers, government financial help for single mothers, bankruptcy assistance for single mothers, debt consolidation program for single mothers, grants for paying telephone bills, unemployment benefits for single mothers, grants for food stamps for single mothers, how to apply for government benefits, grants for single moms with no health benefits, children's health insurance program for single mothers, Perkins loans for single mothers, assistance programs for African American single mothers, financial assistance for single mothers, financial assistance for single mothers, financial assistance programs for disabled, financial assistance programs for seniors, popular charities that help single mothers with bills, assistance programs with Hispanic single mothers. Oh, got the Hispanics. His assistant program for American Indians. Where's the white women assistant program at? Most helpful government assistant program for assistant program for single mothers. Low income assistant program. LIHEAAAP energy assistant program for single mothers. Get help paying water bills. Get help paying electric bills. Catholic charities financial assistance for single mothers. Help for single moms with paying off student debts. Get free legal assistance, not my assistant, and advice. Get free from Salvation Army. Local church assistant program for single moms. Organizations that offer free or low-cost credit counseling to single parents. Financial assistance program for women. Get help with buying your medication. Medical assistant program for single mothers. Mortgage assistant program for single mothers. Foreclosure assistant program for single mothers. Low income financial assistance programs for single mothers. Section 8 assistant program for single mothers. Ladies and gentlemen. So why get a husband? Why be with your baby daddy, right? Why? Just get pregnant and sign up for 47 of these grants. Why need a man in your life, right? Baby daddy government is going to take care of you. There's no reason for you to have a husband. There's no reason for you to have a dad for your child anymore, because look at all these grants. That's a good song right there, Rational Times. That's a great country song right there. 47 ways to leave your lover. You got Section 8. You got the WIC food stamps. 46 ways to leave a lover. 45 is low income assistance programs. Yeah, there you go, right there. You got a hit track right there. Uncle Sam will be your baby daddy, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, ladies, not gentlemen. Sorry, ladies. Gentlemen, this is not your part of the show anymore. We get put to the side. Men, no, that's what I said. Nobody gives a damn about us men. Nobody cares about us. We go to jail. They lock us up. We lose our jobs. Whatever. Nobody cares about us men. You bum. You got no job. Have you ever seen a homeless female before? Most homeless people are men, right? Have you noticed that? You rarely see sometimes you see but you never see a pretty homeless girl, right? There's no way a pretty homeless girl, like if you see a homeless female, she's either like big, like I don't know how you're fat and homeless. I don't understand that one. So you see all these assistants, ladies and gentlemen, this is destroying the nuclear family. This is destroying the nuclear family. This is why we have 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds committing all these crimes because they have no dad in the household. So you have all these single mothers raising these kids, and now they're committing the crimes in New York City, Chicago, LA, Detroit, all over America. This has been going on for years. I don't know if many people of you knew about these grants, 47 grants. Hey, whatever you call salty flour is called truth. And if you're getting offended by it, then I mean, it is what it is. But the truth hurts. And people don't talk about this. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody talks about this. Because it's always the man's fault. It's always a guy's fault. Man, oh, you knock up women. Didn't you guys hear about Drake? Drake is getting sued for the hot sauce. Look at this story that came out. Instagram model accuses Drake of putting hot sauce inside of condom. He seemingly responds, "You can have your 15 minutes of fame." So this Instagram model had had a one night stand with Drake. So after Drake was done, he put hot sauce in the condom. So she tried to get pregnant with the sperm in the condom. So you see the crazy things, the length that some of these females are going to get pregnant, getting a baby by Drake or a football player. Like we played Brittany Renner here before. Just so you guys can see the culture that is going on now. Because we have to take a step back and look what's going on. Why are there so many crimes? Why are there so many misguided children in America? What's going on? So we got to go to the root, right? The first show I did was on the divorce rate. The divorce rate started going up in the 60s and the 70s, right? When you had Elvis, you had the Beatles, you had all these TV shows, the Brady Bunch. You didn't need your husband. Divorce him. You could marry another man. You could marry another woman. Divorce, divorce, divorce. So now all of this is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that's been going on for decades. Now with social media, ooh. All right, there we go. Turkey basters pregnancy with all the rage back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yes, it's still going on. Right there. It's still going on today. Look. Instagram model accuses Drake of putting hot sauce inside of a condom. He seemingly responds, "You can have your 15 minutes of fame." Though it's an unusual way to prevent pregnancy, the Canadian coroner has previously complained about having to go above and beyond to ensure that women wouldn't collect his sperm. Gold medalists flush the magnums just so they do not collect my specimen. So that's Drake right there, ladies and gentlemen. So Drake, Future, all the Cholula Poppy. So every woman would like to be with Drake. Every female will. You'd be lying if you asked a female. I don't want to be. Every female would like to be with Drake. This is the guy that every woman wants to be. Drake right here. Drake. I like that. The Cholula Papi right there. So you see the culture that we're living in today, folks. Like, so you on one side you have the abortions, and the other side you have women getting pregnant by rappers, celebrities, just getting the meal ticket out, but nobody cares about those kids. And what happens to those kids? What happens to them? I could tell you one thing. Peter Ducey grew up with both of his parents, right? Because the president of the United States of America just called the reporter a son of a bitch. So who's the bitch? Is it his dad or his mom? Is Joe Biden referring to? Biden calls Peter Ducey to clear the air after S.O.B insult. So let's check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to say it. I'll let the president say it.
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Stupid son of a bitch. Mr. Unity strikes again. In all seriousness, Joe Biden really shouldn't be casting stones from an extreme.
Why does Hannity wear a CIA pin? I actually have that pin. I've been looking for it. The CIA pin. The CIA was at a job fair in my college a few years ago, and I got a couple of their pins. I'm trying to look for mine because I would like to wear my CIA pin when I go on YouTube. I don't know why this idiot wears a CIA pin. We hate the CIA.
Extremely fragile glass house. Here with react.
I don't like Hannity. I don't even know why I picked this Hannity. I don't like Hannity. I don't like that CIA pin. This guy's a fed man. I can't play Hannity. I'm sorry. I don't feel comfortable with Hannity. I just don't like that Fed pin, the CIA pin. What are you proud of the CIA, the cocaine importing agency? Get out of here, man. I can't. Sorry, we don't play. I don't want to play Hannity. Supporting the CIA. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Sorry. Yeah. Let's go to C-SPAN. Can't trust anybody with the CIA, man. That right there. Let me. We want to talk about Anderson Cooper being from the CIA, Don Lemon CIA. So why the hell does Sean Hannity wear a CIA pin? CIA stands for Central Intelligence Agency. So your job is to get information on people. I wouldn't trust Sean Hannity. Damn, that really pissed me off right there. C-SPAN is where it's at. That's right. I'm going to find my CIA pin. I have one. Man, I hope I brought it with me. I've been looking for it. I can't. Man. I'm going to try to find that CIA pin. Watch. I'm going to start wearing it so YouTube could leave me alone.
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch. 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 What a stupid son. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Joe Biden, yo.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Fucking Joe Biden, man. I cursed.
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
He was just thinking out loud right there, Joe Biden. Joe Biden was thinking out loud. What a stupid son of a bitch. And he didn't think his mic was on, man. I don't think that he said it like intentionally. He said it like at his mind. Like, what is this guy asking me these questions about inflation? This country's going back. Why are you asking me that stupid question? Like, I'm ruining this country, you stupid son of a bitch. Like that was like, the answer to it. So why are you asking me about it? I can't do nothing about this. So why are you asking me that, you stupid son of a bitch? Oh man, but if Trump said something like that, right? Oh, forget it. Oh, this is what I just wanted to point out. Like Twitter, I try not to go by Twitter too much. I go to Twitter to get the videos, but when I'm searching for videos, it's like you have to go through a jungle of these idiots on Twitter. If you say anything, you get called racist. You know, every time, like the guy that killed the cop, right? The black guy that killed the cop, the two cops or one cop. I wrote on Twitter, is Black Lives Matter going to build a statue for this guy? And somebody said, "Oh, you're racist." I'm like, why? Because I pointed out the obvious. Because doesn't Black Lives Matter make statues of these kind of people? This is the most popular president, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
But even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
He said it. That's why George Floyd got a statue. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these people won. Kamala and Biden won.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
Remember that about almost over a year ago? And where are we now? So you got Joe Biden calling Peter Ducey a S.O.B. An S.O.B., ladies and gentlemen. What are we doing? Like, what is this? What is this president doing? Like you have a war, right, with Russia. Oh, I didn't cover this anti-mask mandate rally that happened over the weekend. I forgot to cover this yesterday. I didn't bring it up. That's what Robert F. Kennedy was did that speech. I'll just play a little bit of it. If the media doesn't talk about it, it's not important. You answered your own question right there, Janine Sexton. You said black man. Whenever a black man commits a crime against police, against a mass, when it's a mass, they don't cover. The media, shh. But when it's a white guy, then we got to be reminded about it every day. That's the way it works. Like, if you don't see the patterns, you got to see the patterns now, because that's the way. Whenever the media doesn't describe the person that shot the other person, it's most likely because they're black, right? Armed gunman shoots 5 people in a robbery. But when it's a white guy, white supremacist shoots 5 and injures 30, or they'll come up with a number like that. It's the truth. Don't believe me? Look up the articles. Look it up. You could already tell the story by the way the media reports it. You're like, oh, okay, I know where this is going. Just being it real. Oh, you want to call me racist? Go ahead, but it's just keeping it real. It's calling out the obvious. That's why I show videos. I show articles. It's right there in front of you. Everything that I'm saying, it's right there in front of you. The whole single mothers, the $1,000, the government being baby daddies to single mothers. It's all right there. This is why I love showing videos. I show articles to back up my points. I'm not just talking out of my ass over here. I'm not just turning on the camera and, hey, guys, this, and that. No. We show articles. We show videos. Got to back our point out. Anybody wants to come at me, hey, I'm just reading what the article says here. Speaking of hypocrisy, let's go to our favorite mayor, ladies and gentlemen. I love covering this mayor now. Eric Adams, Mr. Swag. I doubt that I can play this, but SNL has been very, very funny lately. And you know why? Because they're finally making fun of like liberals. And it's actually kind of funny. This is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I could play this. I don't know if I can play this because it's SNL. But this, I watched it twice yesterday and I laughed. You know, we love covering our mayor, Eric Adams, or we call it our mayor because the new mayor of the show, Eric Adams, Mr. Swag. I'm going to try to play as much as I can of this. This is very, very funny. I think I hyped it up too much. Now, people are not going to find it funny because I said it's very, very funny. You know, when you hype something up and they're like, oh, it's not that funny. Well, I don't know anymore.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to City Hall. As you know,
Emily Hernandez. I'm going to skip around because I'm going to try to play at least the good parts. I like that girl. She's here's Eric Adams. Here's Eric Adams. Tell me that's not major swag right there. Eric Adams with the swag. I've always been saying that about him. The guy has swag, coming in with his shirt. Yes, right. Eric Adams probably puts on like the most expensive colognes and looking good, smelling good. I see you, Eric Adams. Swag. I'm gonna skip around this.
The city's never had a mayor with so much swagger before. I mean, y'all see me outside. Woo, the peacoats, the scarves, the shine on the baldy though.
You see, that's Eric Adams. That's check this out, man. Chris Red is pretty funny.
70 years. If I was a police officer for over 70 years.
Me? Skyrocketing COVID.
About life. There are too many swagless parents out there giving their kids no swagger at home. And as a mayor that is so saucy, so dripping in swag goo, it hurts my heart. It's dangerous to have your kids out there with no swag. Let me tell you a story about
Tell me he does not sound like Eric Adams. Now we're gonna play Eric Adams now, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to play a little bit of that clip, right? Because now we're gonna go to Eric Adams. And Eric Adams sounds just like that with the swag. And I, you know, that whole that's right. I say because it comes out when Eric Adams speaks. Eric Adams speaks like he's that preacher, like, that's right. So Eric Adams, man, I gotta admit, man, you're giving me a lot of content, man. Oh, this came out yesterday. Hold on.
A spate of deadly crimes, including the fatal shooting of a New York City police officer.
We will start by putting more officers on patrol in key neighborhoods
that's right.
throughout the city.
2 police officers were shot in Harlem last week while responding to a domestic violence call, leaving one dead and the other in critical condition. It was one of several violent incidents since Adams was sworn in on January 1st. Others include an 11-month-old baby shot in the face by a stray bullet, a 19-year-old Burger King worker killed during a robbery, and a 40-year-old woman who plunged to her death after being pushed onto subway tracks by a homeless man. As in many U.S. cities, murders and gun violence have surged over the past 2 years in New York. Experts say the trend partly reflects the social disruption from the pandemic and its effect of reducing the number of police officers.
The social effects of the pandemic, everything blame it on the pandemic. But starting in the show, what did I talk about? Single mothers. These boys, these young kids, young girls out there without their father, without their parents, both of their parents. I covered on the show 17% of kids in the United States have both of their parents. 17%. That's 1 out of 5. Right? You do the math, 20 out of 100. The denominator, 1 out. Yeah, 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 kids have both of their parents. What are we doing? Like, this generation is being raised by single mothers. No attacks to single mothers, but kids need their father or a father figure to set them straight. And on top of that, maybe there are father figures that shouldn't have been a father. It's a lot of things, ladies. It's a lot of things, but I'm just saying. You notice that crime started going up when the divorce rate started going up. We talked about this. These are correlations. The destruction of the nuclear family is very, very important. People are having kids without both of their parents. And now you know who's raising your kids? The public schools, the gangs, the friends. Do you realize that we're living in a generation and this age, right? We're living in this age where if you're a kid in school right now, let's say you're in 5th grade, your mom is most likely on OnlyFans. Like, have you ever thought about it, sat back, like all these women that did all this crazy stuff for money, and now they're having kids, and their kids are going to school, and then their friends look up their mom on OnlyFans, on Pornhub, or have you realized that on Instagram? And then you say to yourself, you're a mother, you have kids. Behave. Like, you have kids at home. Behave. Let the stress you put these kids through. No, not our generation. I'm talking about the young kids now, right? Like the young kids now is sad, man. Like imagine finding your mom on OnlyFans, or right? We cover some of those stories, like teacher starts OnlyFans to feed her kids. Like, you're doing it in the name to feed your kids, but you're putting yourself out there. I don't know, man. It's just, what's her handle? Oh, with Chili Wrestling.
Officers on duty. While still calling New York the safest big city in America, Adams, a former police captain himself, vowed to put more police officers on the streets within weeks as part of his blueprint to end gun violence. The officers will be identifiable as New York Police Department employees and will have body-worn cameras and enhanced training and oversight.
Gun violence is a public health crisis. There's no time to wait. We must act. The sea of violence comes from many rivers. We must dam every river that feeds this greater crisis.
To do that, Adams said he will focus on stemming the flow of guns.
Last year, over 6,000 guns were confiscated.
Saying New York had become a dumping ground, Adams added that travelers into New York City will now be screened for illegal weapons with facial recognition technology with new spot checks at various entry points.
I won't be going to New York anytime soon. So now they're going to check people as they come into New York for guns. I heard the story once of a friend that his cousin lived in Pennsylvania, and he was crossing the tunnel, right? One of the tunnels from New Jersey to New York. And he had a gun in his glove compartment, right? He's from Pennsylvania. So I think they stopped him, and the cops was like, hey, can I license and registration? So he had a gun in the glove compartment, right? He forgot about it, that his gun was in the glove compartment. So he went to get his papers, and the cops saw the gun there, arrested the guy, locked him up, and took away his gun. I don't know what the rest of the story, but they locked him up. So if you're living in a red state where you could carry a gun, why even bother going to New York? That was my issue over the holidays. I told my family, I'm like, I have no business going into New York because I can't go into a movie theater to watch Spider-Man if I'm not vaxxed. You can't even bring your gun into the city. Like, what? New York is against legal citizens, but if you do things illegal in New York, you could get by. How do you think the real estate people make so much money? By doing shady stuff. You have to be shady to survive in New York. You can't obey the law. If you try to obey the law in New York, you'll be paying taxes forever. You'll be getting taxed forever. You're getting parking tickets forever.
New York City has some of the strictest gun laws in the nation.
Let's listen to John Bongino over here. Because New York, right? Now they're going to focus on gun control. They make the situation so bad that the people are going to beg for more restrictions, right? Low IQ voters, right? We need more gun control. When you ask for gun control, you're asking for them taking away more of your freedoms. Now they're going to be searching you. Now you're going to have stop and frisk again. In New York, they used to search your backpack before you got on the subway train. So sometimes you're like, I don't got nothing to hide. You say that now. You say that you got nothing to hide. I really bother me when people say that. I don't care. I got a camera on my phone. Then again, we have the government surveillance right here on our phones. Everything we do, everything we type, every time we think of something, it's in this phone now. Have you ever been on Google? You try to search something and Google finishes it all for you. And you're like, damn, how the hell did Google know? So let's listen to Don Bongino.
Guns are the problem. Okay, so let's walk through the logic of that asinine statement. So just to be clear, New York City has some of the strictest gun laws in the nation. Exactly. And his logic is that people go and buy guns in permissive states where you can get a gun, and they don't commit the crime there. They go to a place where the gun laws are really strict. Has anybody processed how... I be careful. It's the word. How stupid that is. Just to be clear, one more time, Brian. So Eric Adams, the supposed change agent in New York, who's just more of the same. I'm telling you. Wait, watch when there's the first police shooting. This guy will bail on every one of these reforms. His logic is people go and buy guns in other states where you can protect yourself and commit crimes where the gun laws are more severe. And the logic is we should then make more severe gun laws. And that makes perfect sense to him. Here, but on this front, though, this is important, right? People voted for this. That's why I said, you want to play cutesy time with these folks? Fine, you go right ahead. Alvin Bragg, the new Soros type, don't enforce any, minor crimes, whatever he considers minor crimes guy. He won, guys, by 60 points. No, not 6. I didn't misspeak, not 16. So to the people in Manhattan, I'm not talking to the good folks who are sick of this crap, but the people in Manhattan and around the 5 boroughs, you did this. You did it. Yes, I'm pointing at you. You voted for it. You wanted it. Bragg ran on it. You did it by 60 points. You voted for it. You want to change it? Stop voting for this crap. And please, God, don't move down here and bring this garbage down here to Florida and vote for this crap down here. You want to vote for chaos in the streets?
New York.
New York City.
Yep.
Stay the hell out of these states
That's
where
right.
we actually care about safety.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I live in a red state. I love it. I always have my peace next to me. I have my peace around me. I feel safe. Nobody's going to come through that door without knocking. I feel really safe. That's the reason I moved to a red state. I left New York City because I don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't have to deal with that anymore. We live in America. We have choices. We have freedom. We can move around. We can do whatever the hell we want. Well, we could do whatever we want, as long as we were vaxxed and waxed. But enjoy freedom, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy it. I don't know why people hate freedom so much. I wish one of the things I've said before is I wish I was a boomer, actually. I wish I was 65 years old right now. I wish I was like 70. I wished I lived through those eras, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. I kind of wish I experienced that. I wish I experienced, I should stop saying I wish. What am I, a genie over here? What am I, rubbing a lamp over here, waiting for a genie to come out? But what's a better word than wish? I would have liked to experienced the 60s and the 70s, the golden age, the golden era. I would have liked to experience all that. Like, remember the Wonder Years? Remember when the nuclear family was nuclear, mom and dad? The dad went out to work, the mom stayed home. Ooh, no, we got to focus on our career. But what about your kids? Who's raising your kids? You're going to drop off your kids at the free pre-K, let a transvestite diddle your kid in pre-K? Never, ever don't ever leave your kids in a free pre-K in New York. Don't do it. Don't do it. Free pre-K. Where do you, I almost forgot about this. I almost forgot about these videos, ladies and gentlemen. Before I go, I like to play funny stuff before, at the end of the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're staying on track, right? We have these politicians, right, that just pander. Like Don Bongino was saying, why do people keep voting for Eric Adams, Bragg, Hillary Clinton, right? All right, let me put this one here. Remember what got Bill Clinton elected in 1994? Do you guys remember that? Remember after Jimmy Carter, the Republicans were just dunking on the Democrats, just like Joe Biden. Just like Joe Biden is about to do. Joe Biden's going to make sure Democrats don't get elected for the next 20 years, right? That's what's going to happen with Joe Biden. The same thing with Jimmy Carter. After Jimmy Carter dating, no Democrat was voted in until what? Bill Clinton, right? So what did Bill Clinton do to get that black vote? What did Bill Clinton do to get that black vote, ladies and gentlemen? Remember this? Remember what Bill Clinton did to get that black vote back in the 90s? And people said, damn, Bill Clinton was the first black president. He liked fat black women, and he did this, ladies and gentlemen. This is what got Bill Clinton elected. Look at that. Oh, look at that swag. Look at the swag Bill Clinton has. Remember he did that? That got Bill Clinton elected right there. Look. Oh, look at that white. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's with the black. They always use the black man to validate a white man. You notice that? You gotta put the black man to validate. Oh, look at Bill Clinton with that swag. Oh, I'm gonna vote for that man. He plays the saxophone. And they do that to you all. Joe Biden does it too. Joe Biden did it. Hillary Clinton does it all the time. Just look up Hillary Clinton dancing. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they do. This is what these Democrats do to get that vote, right? They dance. They want to get that black vote, right? So they dance. Oh, look, they got swag. They dance. I'm going to vote for them. Remember this dancing Hillary Clinton? Oh, look at that swag. She put hot sauce in her purse. Oh, the single ladies. Oh, the single ladies. Oh, the single ladies. Put your back up. Anybody want to put a ring on it? Anybody want to put a ring on it? I'm pretty sure. Look at Lizzo. Lizzo is dancing with Hillary Clinton. Hey, you single, you want to put a ring on it? Hey, you want to be a single, put a ring on it. Look at that swag, man. Look at Hillary dressed like a Chinese woman dancing with black people. That's what's up, man. That's how you get that vote. Look at this pandering, man. Hey, whatever you got to do to get the black vote, right? Right? Remember, Hillary Clinton, whatever she got to do to get the Latino vote, doing the Macarena, right? Remember this? I'm telling you, man, these people pander. They try to be like one of you, one of us. And people fall for this.
For the mix. A
lot of people have seen this video.
Look at that rhythm. She has less rhythm than me. That does not reflect on her abilities to lead this country. I must
Remember
add.
this?
But that is fantastic. And what is great is also the haircuts, the pantsuits, the
Oh my God. Remember this? Remember this? I remember this, man. Look at look at this pandering. Look at this homosexual over here. What is this, Spock? I remember this when I was 11 years old, 1996. I remember this. Look at Hillary. She's like a robotic person. God, Hillary's so fake, man. Remember that? Remember the Macarena? I think I have another one over here. You look it up, Hillary Clinton dancing. Oh, we cannot forget this one. When she did the dabbing with Ellen, oh man, the pandering. And then they got to bring up always a black guy. You got to bring up the black guy to validate this.
Email account. It was allowed by the State Department, but sorry for that. But anybody ever has. They're saying that. Okay, hair. Yeah.
That pig that was Amy Schumer, that big pig right there.
Okay, hell, I'll be back for you later. Bye, guys. They're saying that if you are one of the old matter, don't we want? I would be the. To me, anyway, they were out of touch and out of date. A lot of things that are necessary and actions different. They make charges. I discussion about what there is and never put any real back.
Remember that? Remember that? Remember? Do the wave. Do the nene. Remember that? Oh, getting that black vote. You got to do what you got to do to get that black vote. Oh, look at Hillary Clinton with that swag. You know, New York could have elected Curtis Lewa, but they decided to elect Eric Adams, the man with swag, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, Despacito. Yeah, Joe Biden. Us Hispanic, us Latinos, man, we don't play that. Joe Biden, Despacito, man. Like, don't be doing that pandering shit with us, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. I forgot to put Despacito. Ladies and gentlemen, say good morning in the chat. I'm gonna be giving shout outs in a few. Say good morning in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, goodbye, good afternoon. I'm gonna give you guys some shout outs. I forgot about Despacito. Oh, this is the worst one. Don't do this to us. Todos con Biden and Harris. Don't do this to us. Don't do it. Don't pander to us.
I just have one thing to say.
Don't pander to us, man. Don't. Oh!
All right. There you go. Dance a little bit, Joe. Come on. I tell you, my man. I tell you what, if I had the talent of any one of these people, I'd be elected president.
I'll tell you what, if I had a talent of one of these Mexicans, I'd be elected president by acclamation. That's what you meant to say. Well, one of these beaners, man. Just say beaners, man.
Acclamation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, man, that just gave me chills, man. What an old man, man. Ladies and gentlemen, say good morning in the chat. I'm not going to play Despacito, but I'm going to play Man Cave by my man, Rational Times. I'm going to give you guys some shout outs. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Give me an hour and a half of your time. This is so cringe, man. Oh my gosh, this is so cringe. Comment in the chat.
All right.
Llamándote.
There you go. Come on. I'm telling you.
Look at this old man, yo. I gotta get this clip. I have to put this clip on on the show. This freaking guy with this pasito. I thought the Macarena was bad enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, learned something, laughed a little, lived a little bit. Sometimes I start off the show with the heat. coming in with some heat, and then we just ended off with some comedy at the end. But look, do your research. Don't just take my word for anything. Do some research. Look it up. Legal Latinos lying about the single mother thing. Look it up. I'll have some more single mom stuff for tomorrow, just to prove my point and stuff. As a man that dated single mothers, man, the kid needs their father, man, and the real dad, not some stepdad. Man, don't go out there playing stepdad either, man. It's not gonna work out. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna give you shout outs, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna give you some shout outs. Comment. Check out Daywave starting up. JJ Stoner, Revenge and Sis. Check them out. Nightwave, Coach Greg Adams, LDG of Geeks and Joy. The Low Bradley Show. Go check them out. Irrational Times. Go check out Irrational Times and the Lovely Assistant. They go live later on tonight. Check them out, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Super Spurg. Shout out to Original Burns. Shout out to Kimberly Gilliard. Shout out to Original Burns. Shout out to Jenny Sexton. Shout out to CK Benzona. Shout out to 12 Pack. Shout out to the Malevolent Bystander. Shout out to Nikki Fruit Loops 370. Shout out to Mysterious. Shout out to Jenny Sexton. Shout out to CK Benzona. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to Samantha 1776. Shout out to Super Spurg. Shout out to Irina C. Shout out to the Malevolent Bystander. Shout out to Jen Paskey, Crispity, Churchity, G-String. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to CK Benzo at the Man Cave. Sometimes it gets kind of hot. Shout out to Samantha 1776. Shout out to Super Spurt. Shout out to the Malevolent Bystander. Shout out to CK Benzona. Shout out to Selma So Wavy. Shout out to B Smiley the Third. Shout out to that's a thing. Shout out to Corey Brooks. Shout out to Jenny Sexton. Shout out to Original Burns. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to B Smiley the Third. Shout out to Selma the Wavy. Shout out to Mysterious. Shout out to Melissa Young. Shout out to the Malevolent Bystander. Shout out to Samantha 1776. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to Lorraine Favela. Shout out to Man Cave. Shut down, it gets kind of hot. Shout out to Diane La Rosa. Shout out to Allison Craig. Shout out to Mysterious. Who else is in the chat? Comment, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button. Who else is in the chat? Shout out to Shake Sam. Shout out to B Smiley the Third. Shout out to Super Spurg. Shout out to CK Benzona. Shout out to Mysterious. Who else is in the chat? Shout out to Mary Rowe. Shout out to Rogue Angel. A real man like Legal Latino. Shout out to Flowers in Your Hair. Who else am I missing in the chat? I went to work anytime my husband at 34 was laid off when he went back to work. Shout out to Nadia Martinez. Shout out to Shake Sam. Shout out to Flowers in Your Hair. Who else? Shout out to Mysterious. Shout out to Irrational Times. Check out Irrational Times. Shout out to Kimberly Gilliard at the Man Cave. Shout out to Mindy Housebush. Shout out to Irina C. Who else is in the chat? Shout out to Winning TV. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Go check out Daywave. They're live with JJ Stoner on Frozen. Go check those guys out. LDG of Geeks and Joy. Raider Cousins probably live. Coach Greg Adams. Go check them out. Go check out Winning TV. Go check them out. The Low Bradley Show. Go check those guys out. Anybody else I'm missing? Check out Irrational Times. Did I get everybody? Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button on the way out. If you like to support, shout out to 12 Pack. If you like to support the show, PayPal, buy me a coffee, all that good stuff. Cash App is there. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. to give you 90 minutes of the best social media issues that are going on, political stuff. We laugh about it. We joke about it. We learn about it. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. God willing, see you guys again tomorrow morning. Take care, everybody. Have a great, productive day.